So this is going to be part 2, kind of the Modern Warfare 2 beta. So the last video, if you'd like to check it out, is my first 2 games on the beta, where I'm kind of giving my first impressions and talking about what's going on and how I feel about the game as it's happening to me. This is part 2, where I'm actually going to do a full review and explanation about how I feel about the beta and what it means for the future of Modern Warfare 2 and release and all that fun stuff. Feel free to subscribe here if not already. I do upload a video every single week. And then, of course, I do stream on twitch.tv/SkullHQ around 9 p.m. Eastern Time every day. Thanks for watching, and on with the video. Modern Warfare 2, I'm very excited for it. I love the first Modern Warfare. I really liked parts of Vanguard. I thought the optimization they did and some of the stuff they did with vaulting and mounting was good. And I really think that Modern Warfare 2 is going to be quite a promising game, especially because it's had so long to be developed and because it's going to be a 2-year dev cycle for this game. I'm very excited for it. I actually just pre-ordered it with the Vault Edition. So that shows you how excited this beta got me. I've been thinking about this beta since the day ended. Every day. I think about it every day and how much I would like to be playing some Call of Duty, because I've been dying for a more casual shooter experience, because I play Apex, where I try really hard all the time. That's my main game. And I play Halo, where I really care about how well I do just because I love Halo so much. Whereas Call of Duty, I do care, but I can have fun with it. I have some requests and I have some thoughts, and I'm basically going to go through a Twitter thread I made and talk about the points out loud. I thought the new perk system was dope. I really enjoyed the longer times to get perks. I had more campers when they updated it to getting the perks instantly. I never had an issue with camping until that last day. I really like the new weapon unlock tree. I think it's a good way to make everyone try every weapon and every variation of every weapon, pretty much. I really think that's going to be an interesting change that they're going to make in terms of weapon blueprints, in terms of unlocking and just how long you have to put into the game. I really enjoy being able to unlock one scope and it unlocks for all of the assault rifles. I think that is such an awesome choice. I really love it so far. My only issue is that the UI on that, and we'll get more into UI a little bit later, was pretty bad. It was basically unusable. I had a friend on controller who found it hard to use. I was using it on keyboard and mouse. It was kind of hard to use. Required to use WASD and use the mouse, but you couldn't really scroll left and right unless you grabbed a very specific area on the UI. It was not very good. Another thing people are very angry about is the footstep audio. I thought it was fine. I play the game at 55% volume because 100% volume will blow my eardrums out. I think turning them down a little bit probably wouldn't be a bad idea. It would help people not camp as much. But on the other hand, I'm someone who listens to footsteps and I enjoy hearing them. Obviously, don't want to hear them through multiple walls, but being able to hear someone on the other side of the wall is not a big deal. I like that. People are also up in arms about lobby disbanding, and this is one of the things they did actually say they're going to take a look at, maybe not disbanding lobbies after the match. I don't care about that either, because the chances of me queuing with them again are actually pretty common on the server region I'm playing on. There are many games in the beta and in other Call of Duty games where I'm playing, I finish a match, I go back out, customize weapons, jump back in, I'm in with the same people. It doesn't really change that much, especially the hours of the day that I'm on. And then here's some things I kind of want to request for Modern Warfare 2. So I am one of those people who thinks the classic minimap is a good idea. I originally was on the other side of this, like, let them change stuff. Not having people shoot and it not be on the minimap, I think it needs to be on the minimap, period. I don't know why it's not. It'd be cool if, you know, that's the way it worked. Make suppressors take you off the minimap, I guess. I think that's dumb. Suppressors don't work that way, but, you know, whatever people want to do, people will do. The UI needs streamlining. It is incredibly confusing. Trying to get my friends into my party was awful. And I feel like I'm pretty adept at navigating computer menus and different stuff and websites, but the UI of this was just so bad. Every time I clicked on my friends list, I kept clicking it because I'm like, is this a different menu than one I was just on? Puts everything at the bottom, and then I have to I click the friends button, and then I click the party button, and then I click the invite button, and then I click the person, and then I click invite, and it's just too much. It's too much. I think the majority of the UI actually looks very good and is pretty functional. Like the gunsmith and everything works well. And even the main menu navigation is just like the smaller side stuff, like getting to your progression, getting to your friends list. That doesn't work very well, and they need to streamline that for sure. I think the old menu system was fine as well. I don't like horizontal menus as much as like vertical menus, but like even converting some of it back to the older style, I think would be good. I think a longer time to kill is very important. I was watching a video, and so I'm gonna pull some numbers out of my ass, and this is based off that video. The current TTK is around 250 milliseconds from what I've heard, bumping it up to 350, 400. We don't want it to be as long as something like older Call of Duties or like Halo or Apex or something. I would like it to be a little longer so I have that chance to out-aim someone, to turn on someone, not just because they shot first or they live. That is what hardcore is for. The base game should not feel like hardcore, and quite frankly, right now, it feels very similar to hardcore. Big topic is skill-based matchmaking. Jumping right into that, skill-based matchmaking. When I think of skill-based matchmaking, when I think of games that did it really well, I think of eras of games like Halo Reach. I think of eras of games like Halo 3. Skill-based matchmaking is important. You don't want to always be bossing around everyone in the lobby. You don't want to always being stomped. What people want in their games is variety. That's why people play Battle Royale games. They play those so they can jump in, and sometimes they stomp a team and sometimes they get killed, and most people generally are okay with that. Obviously, gamers have gamer rage or whatever. You're still okay with losing a fight. And I don't want Call of Duty to devolve into everyone wants to feel like they're at the best and top of their game all the time, killing the entire team, only dying once or twice. Like, you don't want games to be always like that, because at that point, go play AI. Skill-based matchmaking is important. Now, what I do think is that past Call of Duties have had a real issue with, especially Cold War was one, really harsh skill-based matchmaking. You would have a constant up and down, up and down. You could see it on the stats pages on Cold War. It took about 3 months for my skill-based matchmaking to figure out and start placing me in matches where it wasn't constant peaks and valleys. So what they need to do, and this is what Halo has done for a long time, is there's more narrow, focused skill-based matchmaking in ranked, and there is less focused, more broad skill-based matchmaking in casual play. And that is what Modern Warfare 2 needs to adopt, period. It gives you more variety, it gives you more chances to win, more chances to lose at the same time. More variety in players is good without putting the worst players with the top players. Another issue is with the field upgrades. One thing about field upgrades in Modern Warfare was that they activated basically instantly, and it's kind of that way in Warzone now as well. In Modern Warfare 2, they are not instant. You have a 1 to 2 second animation, and as someone who plays Apex Legends, the animations are annoying. I don't want them to be so long. Now, a half second to a second animation is a lot better than a 2 second animation. That 2 seconds feels like an eternity. Dead silence in particular is the one that is the most annoying. Dead silence is supposed to make you sneaky. It removes your footsteps. I don't think it should be a perk. I'm not in that group, but I do think that if you're going to have it as a field upgrade, it shouldn't give you a loud buzzing radio sound when you activate it. And the animation should be shorter. I loved Bubble Boy being the inflatable decoy field upgrade. That needs to be higher resolution, I think. It needs to look more like a person, because if not, we're going to have a Mirage decoy situation where everyone knows it's a Mirage decoy, don't shoot it. The higher res it looks, the more realistic to a person it looks, but still being a Bubble Boy, I think is important, and they should work on that just a little bit. And then one thing that pissed me off the most was when I played Hardpoint. I specifically stuck to quick play most of the time because my Hardpoint experience was awful. I played probably 6 to 10 games of Hardpoint, and the zone locations were absurd. The balancing, especially on the hotel map, they were just awful, is the only way I can explain it. They were in the middle of the open with no cover besides one singular couch. It was bad. I would like that changed. Just balance the locations of hardpoints, maybe give us some new ones for the final release. Yeah, I really like the Modern Warfare 2 beta, and I have some thoughts. I'm going to read this verbatim from my Twitter. I think Call of Duty should be allowed to change from title to title. Back in the olden days, Black Ops didn't feel like Modern Warfare, it didn't feel like Advanced Warfare, etc. Infinity Ward has a style they're going for, and it works. If you don't have consistent style, you get games like Vanguard. Vanguard tried to please too many people, and ultimately it fell apart on top of the poor dev cycle and stuff. Gamers are about telling you to adapt, but Call of Duty players never want to learn a new COD when it comes out. I think a lot of people are very upset with any of the changes that have been made in Modern Warfare 2, and they're not willing to change. I don't want to say just adapt, but also, like, when a new game comes out, there are going to be changes and you do have to learn them. This game's not that different from Modern Warfare. It feels like Modern Warfare 2. It's not going to be a carbon copy, and if it was, you'd be pissed too. So, yeah. Games, even Call of Duty, are art. If Infinity Ward wants to incentivize you to play slower, not camping, let them do that. If you don't want it, play a different COD. If you don't want to play as slowly as Infinity Ward wants you to play this, go play old Warzone, go play Modern Warfare, go play Cold War. This game is trying to be slower a little bit, not insanely slow, but it should be allowed to be that way. I think it plays really good, slightly slower. And with that conclusion, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, feel free to subscribe here for more gaming content, more Modern Warfare 2 coming in the next month or so. Some Overwatch 2 content coming, and then also feel free to check out twitch.tv/SkullHQ, where I'll be playing all these games that I often play live around 9 p.m. Eastern Time every day of the week. Like I said, thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Take care.